For any of you guys, those first 10 minutes offensively, kind of what was clicking for you guys, and does that kind of show what the potential of this, 2025, 26 offense can be with the 30 points in 10 minutes?
Yeah, for sure. First 10 minutes, ball was moving. People were shooting with confidence, making that extra pass for, a good shot for a great shot. I think that's when our offense is at its best, when we're playing unselfish, playing confident, and just moving the ball. That's kind of what we saw for the first 10 minutes. Now it's on us to have that carry over for the whole game. But, like you said, there's a lot of firepower there. But, I think just carrying that over for the full 40 minutes, we got something special there.
Go ahead.
For all of y'all, you mentioned the fast start, Nolan. What caused the little letdown there at the end of the first half, and how were you able to kind of turn things around there once the second half started?
Yeah, I think it was just our intensity. Maybe coming out of the gates, we were locked in, and then, as the game went on, we kind of separated a little bit. We turned the ball over, got lackadaisical with the ball. So it's just on us mentally staying sharp, staying ready, and, just not making those mental lapses, because when, you turn it over once or twice, then kind of get out of your rhythm offensively. So taking care of the ball is really the biggest thing for us.
Michael?
No, this game wasn't too dissimilar from the previous output that you had in the past couple of games. I guess how important is consistency with this type of output as you go throughout the season?
Yeah, it's huge for me personally. I'm trying to get as many rebounds as I can for this team. On me as a 7-footer, I know that's kind of my job. So having that mentality of every ball is mine. When it's shot, that's kind of my thing this year. So it's what I'm going to carry out through the whole season. But it's whatever this team needs, honestly, to win. And through 3 games, we've done a pretty good job of winning so far. So just keeping that going.
Nick, we saw you spark the offense early with the 2 threes and then also in the second half with those 2 layups. But sometimes Coach Guard mentions those turnovers and kind of the speed that you play with. How do you kind of balance that where you give the offense a spark, but then also try and mitigate some of those turnovers?
Honestly, just make better decisions, like just don't turn it over. It was kind of simple turnovers, whether it was just them just jumping in the passing lane. It was just kind of like plays where I feel like we just got lackadaisical and they just took the ball. But other than that, just stay aggressive, bring my energy and passion to the game every single night, and just consistently do that for 40 minutes.
Braden, a lot of you guys on the wing doing your part in rebounding as well. What are you all seeing? What's working well for you off of misses on either side of the court?
I don't think anything necessarily works well. I think the guys who are going and getting those boards just kind of want it bad enough. For me personally, it's fun to go get rebounds, I guess you would say. You got JJ going in. I feel like me and him are very similar with that. We both like doing just the things other people don't like. Yeah.
We got Nick up front here. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, Braden, we talked before the season about how unselfish this group seemed to be. 6 guys with at least 8 points, 5 in double figures. Just how fun is it to play with a group that is so team first, and how can that obviously increase some of the chemistry when, there are really 4 or 5 weapons out on the floor at all times?
It's real fun because, any given night somebody can go off. John 30, Nick 25, and Nolan's consistently 15 plus. And obviously you have the guys on the bench who can do it anytime too. But it's fun because, you're never going to have a guy that's just not going and the team's going to lead off his energy. You're going to have other guys that step up and can keep it going.
John, then Mike.
Braden, 12 points all in the second half. Was there kind of a moment that kind of got things, was there kind of a spark for you that kind of got things going?
I guess I wouldn't really say. Maybe that steal I got, I guess. But other than that, I wouldn't say really anything. I kind of just do what I do every time, go out and do what the team needs, hustle plays, knock down shots, just kind of do what I have to do.
Michael?
Nick, you and John have put up a lot of numbers in the last couple of games, but how important is what Nolan's been doing the first 3 games of the season?
Yeah, just as consistent. rebounding, I think that's what impressed me the most. I know he gonna score, but just how he's attacking the glass right now. I mean, every single game he's having at least 7+ rebounds, so that's really important if we want to win. Come Big Ten play, we're gonna be playing against physical bigs. So just having him in that mindset right now is important, and then having guys like Braden Carrington, Jack Janicki, guys you really would want to go to war with on your team. So I'm just impressed with his rebounding ability and how he's just doing it with a passion and a work mindset. So it's been fun seeing it.
Let's have one more for the players up front here, if we could, please.
Nick, you and Andrew, it felt like really set the tone defensively and felt like this was your guys' best game defensively as a team. Where are you seeing the growth from this group game after game defensively where you guys held them to 55 points tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the first couple games, you could date back to the exhibition games. I feel like we were just out of place, not really knowing where we needed to be, essentially. So as we keep playing more and more games, our placement is what's most important. And I think that's what's most important when it comes to defense, is being in the right spot at the right times, making winning plays. And then, Rhodey, he just sets that tone. He's a junkyard dog. I love playing with him. Guys like Rhodey, guys like Braden, Jack Janicki, myself. I try to match the energy. And we got Nolan down there banging, of course, JB. So we just got a bunch of dogs. And, we're going to bring that every single game. And I'm going to do my best to come out every single night and set that tone.
First of all, happy Veterans Day to all our veterans out there listening or watching. Thank you for everything you've done for our country. I didn't get a chance to see the stuff during the game, but I heard the applause. But anyway, happy with our performance for the most part. I thought we've been becoming more consistent on both ends of the floor. And I thought Ball State was on tape a really scrappy team, was going to give us some issues in driving lines and digging basketballs loose off the dribble if we weren't careful with it. I think they exposed some of that. I'll pick that apart on film. But I thought our start was really good. We had a segment of bad basketball in the first half. Second half, I thought for the most part we were in control and did some good things. Obviously, it helps when shots go in. Makes everything else look good. But again, good contributions off the bench. I thought Braden Carrington played really well. I'm getting more comfortable with who he is as a player and in game situations. I thought Belauskas and Garlock in that first half, when they first came in, really they helped us extend the lead. And we can put your backup front line guys in and we grow our lead. That's a good sign. So, a lot of things to learn from this. But I thought we did some good things and things we'll look at and clean up.
Nick?
Greg, you touched on Garlock there. It seems that he's really kind of found a little bit of a niche at the top of the key, just being a post feeder, obviously right on the money. Is that something that you saw from him at Middleton, and just where have you seen kind of that weapon grow so far here?
Yeah, no, I think it's something that, he's worked at and we've talked about and we work on it every day. I mean, when we go to our breakdown stuff with our by positions, they're working on that pass a lot. So, when you have bigs that can pass, man, that's a heck of a weapon. And obviously 3 assists, no turnovers for him. He's at that size, 7'1", to be able to throw over people and catch mismatches or catch switching if they're switching the other big and with the ball screen that's taking place away from Will. For him to see that and read that and be able to deliver it, and it's not surprising because he throws a lot of those in practice too that are right on the money. So, like I said, bigs that we've had a lot of them here that are highly skilled over the last 25 years that have a feel for that, and he's obviously the next one in line.
Michael?
The shots obviously weren't falling at the end of the first half, but what did you feel about the way that the ball was moving and the looks that you were getting?
That segment where we played bad basketball wasn't moving, and obviously that that causes shots not to go in because you're not taking the best shot you can get. So I thought we took good shots when we could have turned good ones down to get great ones, and moved it a little bit more. I thought that early we were really moving it and finding the open guy, maybe as well as we have all year. But then we sputtered again and we over dribbled and we didn't change sides of the floor enough. So I'll look through and break down shot quality, but when you have a team that's built to shoot them, I'm not going to micromanage, unless it gets really egregious. And I didn't think there were any that were too far out of character. It was the ball movement that stopped. We got stagnant and we over dribbled. That's where we played that segment of bad basketball.
Good, Cam, and then John.
You played Will and Alexis together for extended periods. What were you trying to get out of that lineup, and what did you see out of them?
Well, I liked how when that first rotation came through and what they went in. I think Alexis went first because I got Nolan out first, and then when I paired them, like I mentioned earlier, we went on a run and extended our lead. And when I went back to Rapp and Winter, I mentioned to them as they were going in, hey, play like these two guys just played. Because they've really set the tone, not only from an offensive standpoint of finding each other. I think Will threw it over the top to Alexis a time or two there, but just how they plugged the paint. They were covering up dribble penetration. They were controlling the glass for the most part. So they gave us a surge. So I'm just looking for him to play well and keep getting better.
Nolan Winter, with his 19 and 10 and 20 minutes, you were talking last week about kind of wanting him to have that demeanor to dominate. Is this kind of closer to what you're looking for from him?
Oh, there's still some plays that I think he could be more emphatic with and more aggressive. I think I'm complaining about a double-double, but I think he's got more in him. I think he's not anywhere near where he can be, and that's the exciting part. You're getting great production, but the head coach wants more, and I know he wants more. He knows there's more in there to be even better.
Defensively, it felt like you guys were pretty sound both on the perimeter and in the paint. Did you feel like this was your most complete game? And also, what does a guy like Andrew Rohde do with the way he moves defensively to anchor this team?
Yeah, Rohde's just Andrew's obviously just very instinctive, always rarely in the wrong spot, covers up for others. I thought him and Carrington and Janicki had a section there, a whole possession where we shut off dribble penetration one after another with quite a few exchanges and switches. But he's just he knows how to guard. He understands the team concept of it. He's got surprisingly quick hands. He can poke and knock balls loose. And I think his mind for the game and positioning and kind of can quarterback a defense. When something goes wrong, I can hear him out there kind of correcting what should be better and what should be done, what was good and what's not good enough. So, but I thought defensively we were getting better. We're better at keeping the ball in front of us. We're better at recognizing when we need to exchange or switch if there's sharp angles on dribble penetration. And I think all in all, a pretty good defensive night. I didn't think there was a lot of easy looks at the rim, and we didn't have a lot of breakdowns on dribble penetration. But I'm sure I'll find more as I comb through the film.
Just I think one game in the next 9 days or so after this. And then the schedule gets significantly tougher. Just how do you plan to use this kind of time, this week span, and what do you want to work on?
We have to get better. We have a normal. Our practice routine will stay normal. We'll look through this film tomorrow and break that down and practice tomorrow. I think Thursday's our off day, and then we'll use Friday, Saturday, Sunday to prep for Monday for the next game. And then I believe we travel on Wednesday out to Utah, so the following Wednesday for that game with BYU. But right now we have enough to work on. I don't have to search for things. I don't have to call practice off early because I run out of things to work on. We got plenty to get better at.
Michael?
This team obviously has a lot of offensive firepower, especially in the starting lineup. How have the players handled, I guess, not getting a ton of looks game in, game out? Is that something that they've had to deal with early in the year?
No, I haven't. If you have the like-minded guys in your locker room, you shouldn't have that issue. And I want unselfish players, and we talk about that a lot. I think we address that in recruiting, and we want to make sure, obviously everybody wants to score and have the headlines and those things, but the first priority has to be to have a successful team. and an improving team, and they understand. The guys that have been here understand deep water is coming. The guys that just got here, that have transferred in, have all played at a high level, or understand what is coming. And it'll be, as I told them, Monday will be better because SIUE is an NCAA tournament team. They've been in the tournament here recently. So I'm not concerned with the individual, I guess, feelings about that. I know I've got team-oriented guys, and they want to play for what's on the front of the jersey and play for each other. And I think that's where you find the enjoyment and the joy in how you play, is how good can we be collectively. And then when your team wins, the individual accolades and opportunities fall in your lap. But first and foremost, this group has the team at the forefront of their mind, and if there's ever any doubt on that, I'm sure they've got a coaching staff that reminds them, or teammates that remind them daily.
And John and Kevin.
Sure.
Still another day before you can say anything about specific people, but tomorrow being signing day, you mentioned in October that you weren't opposed to taking another 2026, but also looking toward 2027. Is that kind of still how you feel about kind of where things stand, or?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm not really. I'm focused on this team. No, those guys that will sign tomorrow, I guess. I haven't really. That's my staff handles that, and my administrative staff handles a lot of that. My job right now is to focus on these guys. So, if we add another one, we'll add another one. If we don't, we don't. Okay. If we add one tomorrow, we've added one tomorrow, and we might not add one tomorrow, but we might add one in another 2 weeks. Or maybe in January. I can guarantee we'll have some by March or April, because there's going to be how the world works. So I'm joking with you, John. I don't know. I mean, like I said, this is such a different world in terms of you're really operating, and I've somehow tricked my mind to operate in a year by year basis. Right now it's this team. What will the future look like? I'll worry about the future when the future comes, or when we get. But right now, it's these 14 guys. So as we add to it, or add to the future, it's great. But again, I know how this world has changed in terms of everything going on in the recruiting landscape, and NIL and portal and everything else. It's just I guess I don't. Signing day is signing day. We'll talk about that when we get there, which is tomorrow.
So with that, we got time for 2 more questions, and that's it. And then
Dave's got to get home and get to bed.
I know a lot of your offensive rebounds have been off of these 3-point misses, but in these first 3 games, in each of them, you have as many, if not more, than in any game last year. Is that more of a testament to a change stylistically in chasing down the ball, or effort from guys on the wing or the front court?
Yeah, I think it's something we emphasize. Go chase down the rebounds, and we've maybe I don't want to say stylistically, but just what we've emphasized. It's a little contradictive to how we've been built in the past, but because of the threes and because of our guards are really good rebounders. We have guys that really pursue the ball. Blackwell, Carrington, Rhodey's got a good nose for it. Hayden Jones is a good rebounder for a guard, Janicki, and they're active. And the concept too of if you're shooting that many threes, I think there's a lot of meat on the bone we can go get. And we've tried to emphasize it. I haven't hammered it home maybe as much as I should have or should. Something we'll have to continue to be opportunistic with attacking the glass.
You said earlier, Ozzie needs to figure out kind of how important limiting turnovers are for this program. He has 10 assists, 1 turnover so far this season. been putting the ball on the deck to attack the rim. What have you seen kind of from the versatility aspect of his offense?
Yeah, I mean, that one play, the one that sticks out in my mind when he had his turnover tonight, when he dribbled against the zone. But he had a pass that was, he got put in a ball screen situation. He made a play out of it that was, you guys probably remember who we ended up scoring out of it, but he made, I think his feel as he gets more comfortable, and even we're experimenting with putting him in those situations, playmaking positions more. I think his feel is really good, and he's got, really good players around him, that can shoot it, and we can put a big on the rim if he does have the ball in his hands. So I think he's getting more comfortable, and I've told him from the beginning he's got to be more than a three-point shooter because most teams will try to run him off the line and take that away. So his ability to do other parts of the game on the offensive end are important, and he has to continue to grow those areas.